Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about why you shouldn't say the R slur. Also, I have doggies in my room, so if you hear like a lot of shuffling around, just know that's the reason why. Anyways, I'm not like here to tell you what you can and cannot say. I'm just here to tell you why it's not a wise idea to say the R slur, similar to, the N word, the T word, the F slur, and stuff like that, because, I don't think it's acceptable to use a slur or a derogatory term used to belittle and oppress marginalized groups. So that's just me though. You might have a different reason, and I'd like to hear about it in the comment section down below if anyone watches this video. Also, let it be known that the point of this video isn't for me to attack anyone specifically. I'm just gonna throw some information out there. You can interpret that as you will. If it applies to you, then maybe you should self-analyze or whatever. I've done it. Look at me. I'm cool or whatever. Actually, that's pretty subjective, but I think I'm pretty fucking great. Okay, irrelevant. But if I do, come across too aggressive, just know that we can both get through this together. I'm not gonna jump to the screen and break your hyoid bone while choking you or whatever. We'll be great. We'll be grand. Let's continue. So if you're not aware of the R slur, it's a form of hate speech that's been used as a synonym meaning dumb or stupid. Of course, a wide range of individuals use the slur in the past, though it's been more prevalent within the recent years due to edgy and uneducated communities. I believe that as the use of the derogatory term rises, the experiences and voices of those in the community will be ignored, not to mention the rise of ignorance in those somewhat prominent communities. As a verb, retard has a lengthy history going back to the mid-1400s, always used to describe a blockage, holding back, or slowing. The adjective retarded has been found in print since the 1600s. In 1909, the now taboo word appeared in the clinical context of a pediatric journal. Quote, "Then there are the backwards, or the retards for their years, and those subnormally endowed in respect to mental gifts." End quote. The term retarded didn't appear in the slangy, usually offensive sense until the mid-20th century. Frank Rooney's 1954 novel, The Courts of Memory, contains an insulting use that should be familiar if not comfortable. Quote, "God, you're simple, dick. You got an IQ about equal to a squirrel's. You're retarded. Do you hear me?" End quote. The Oxford English Dictionary offers an understated way of describing the current radioactivity of retard, retarded, and retardation. Each is not the preferred term. More recently, this insulting sense of the word spawned the suffix tard, which has been working overtime as of late. A libtard is a stupid liberal, while a lactard is a usually self-labeled lactose intolerant person. If you can't consume gluten, I guess you're a glutard, at least according to people with celiac disease who find that a humorous, self-deprecating joke. In most cases, when I find myself calling out someone for using really any slur, I'll usually get a lot of nonsensical excuses, but I'll just bring up one for now and see how many points I can hit along the way. So people will usually say stuff like, well, that person that I said it to wasn't a part of that marginalized community, so why should it matter? It's almost as if people who say this forget that words have history. When a word has been used in the ways slurs are traditionally used, to invalidate the progress and dehumanize a group of people, I don't believe that it's wise for those outside of those communities to claim that word and to also use it to belittle others when they've never been constantly targeted for the involuntary attributes associated with that slur, or when they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Also, just let me trail off real quick. I hate it when people give other people passes. Don't do that. Your one friend who's in an oppressed group does not speak for that whole group. They're not the only one who is affected by the use of that word. I might do another video on that. I really shouldn't have to, but if I feel like it, I might. Anyways, it's also very odd to me how we give special treatment to certain slurs, as if these marginalized communities don't overlap all the time. And if someone used the N-word with a hard R towards someone, or even the F slur regarding the rainbow people, or T slur regarding the blue, white, and pink people, I wouldn't believe you if you'd say that everyone wouldn't be up in arms, or like wouldn't be mad. And I mean, rightfully so, you know, everyone was like up in arms and stuff. These days, similar to how it's not enough to be not racist and stuff, and you have to be anti-racist, same should apply. Also, serious talk, like, this isn't even like trailing off, it's pretty relevant. Like, I'm pretty sure that most of the people in these edgy communities are pretty freaking sad and don't really have the greatest social skills, so they resort to edgy and inappropriate jokes because they don't surround themselves with the right people who would tell them that they're just further damaging their chances of getting friends. Like, if you surround yourself with people who allow you to say, like, derogatory terms, I don't believe they're your friends, you know? Yeah, that's just me, though. I need to make one thing clear, and I guess it's kind of a confession on my part. I've said the R slur before, and when I stopped, I didn't spontaneously combust. And it was freaking free. So, I mean, like, if you were to do that, I don't know what you'd lose. And also, like, this whole video isn't me trying to be like, oh, look at me, I'm so much better than you, unless you've heard all of this. Or you continue to educate yourself about this. Acknowledge that it actually hurts people, and then continue to use that word as an insult. Then I guess I am better than you in this aspect of things. But what are you gonna lose? Maybe a few friends because you don't think it's funny anymore to use a word that was used to humanize people who need a little bit of help. I mean, you think the transition would be pretty, like, easy because once you admit that word, you still have tons of unobjectionable synonyms. I mean, as the home of the brain, the word head is a logical suffix of many words conveying stupidity, such as blockhead, dunderhead, lunkhead, meathead, and pinhead, plus the obscure blunderhead and boofhead. Dunces can even be called dummies, dum-dums, or if you prefer Teutonic slur, you could use whatever this is. And don't forget that you can still use dumbass and butt munch, or if you're witty or whatever, you may prefer quaint terms such as nitwit, halfwit, and wantwit, or the more recent and unprintable fuckwit. Old-fashioned words for idiots such as dollypall, dullard, and skitbrains are also ripe for revival. I guess that's it, or whatever. Bye?